We are walking the path of the Japanese, leaving no path for the Japanese to follow. In Europe, 80% of Japanese restaurants are not run by Japanese people, they are run by our fellow countrymen from Zhejiang. Let me tell you, in Paris, there is a street full of restaurants run by Japanese people. Wow, the businesses are booming. They have been open for decades. The ramen in Japanese cuisine they serve are incredibly authentic. And meanwhile, there are also hundreds of thousands of our fellow countrymen from Zhejiang living in Paris, right? Every day, they cook Chinese dishes there, like sweet and sour pork and Yangzhou fried rice, filling the place with smoke and steam. But our fellow countrymen realized that they were not making as much money as the Japanese restaurants, right? They don't even have to cook their dishes, they just slice some sashimi and sell it for a price higher than the cost of the ingredients. Then they started feeling unfair about it. They thought, why don't we switch to running Japanese restaurants too? We can open them right next to theirs. And then they started opening one after another, gradually setting up their own Japanese restaurants. While the Japanese have been cooking the same dishes for decades, we bring innovation to the table. We put some salmon and tuna on top of the eel rice. How about we serve flaming eel skewers? Drip some alcohol on top and set it on fire. When foreigners see it, they'll think it's so high-end and impressive. When customers come in, they order from an iPad and can drink whatever they want. For just 20 euros, it's all you can eat. The Japanese restaurants won't be able to stay open for long. They have an association that says this won't do. If we continue like this, we'll be pushed into a corner. So, they decided to pool their resources to recruit new chefs from Japan, upgrade their equipment, and renovate their restaurants. Then, they quickly spent millions of euros to give all their restaurants a complete makeover and brought in chefs from Japan. They are now gearing up and ready to make a big comeback. When the restaurant reopened, the first customer walked in and asked, "Do you have the flaming California roll?" The chefs were puzzled. What is a flaming California roll? Eel with some salmon on top, then set it on fire. Is that what you mean by a California roll? The second customer walked in and asked, "Don't you have iPad ordering?" The chefs were puzzled once more. What? Ordering with an iPad? Then the third customer came in and asked, "How much for 2 pieces of sushi?" Damn it, 25 euros. Next door, 25 euros can get you all you can eat until you're stuffed. No, you guys are not authentic. Not eating here, too much of a rip-off. Soon, in less than half a year, all those Japanese restaurants went out of business and were sold to our fellow countrymen from Zhejiang. Do you think this only happens in France? No, let me tell you, it's the same in other places too. Once, I went on a business trip to Ireland. My colleague said, "Boss, I'll take you to the most authentic Japanese restaurant I've ever been to." I went with high expectations. But as soon as I sat down, I realized that the head chef and the sous chef were speaking our hometown dialect from Fujian. The head chef said, "My fellow countrymen, let me tell you the truth. Here, they chop up the leftover crab sticks and salmon from yesterday and the day before, and serve it as a new dish. They press the leftover rice from last night, put some toppings on it, and voila, it's a new dish." The customers keep praising it. Originally, there were a few restaurants run by Japanese people next door, but now I've outcompete them all. I'm planning to open a ramen shop next, and then a sushi restaurant here. We're following the same path as the Japanese, opening one after another, leaving no room for them. Isn't this world crazy?